Hello YouTube. I'm about to peek out my window at the birds that I feed bread. They'll probably run off. I told ya. I just keep real still even though there's filth on my window. They'll come. They'll eat it anyway. Because they're brave and hungry. Sometimes hunger overcomes fear. So we get this free bread. And we've got to go humble ourselves before the Lord in order to get it. But the thing is, it takes balls to do that. Most people are too proud to have any balls. Even for the birds, they fight and they squawk, but these birds actually speak. They're these ones that make a lot of squawking noises. It's these black ones that's coming towards us. They mostly make sort of noises. Whereas the sparrows, some of them can speak English. They mostly say good and the word bird, and sometimes they say good bird instead of good bread. When I tell them it's bread, no, they think that it's called bird. They don't even know that they are birds, but when they're talking about each other out there, they're mostly related to food. Whatever they speak is about things being good or bird. And they say yep, good bird. Pretty bird, they say pretty bird too. And those ones with the yellow beak, this black body and yellow beak, they actually go stand on the ends of the buildings. It's not these two, those are starlings, I think. This one's called thrush. They have a yellow beak. It's probably those green-bodied ones. This one is black, just flew away. Those ones can speak. And there was a lady who raised some of those, whatever they're called, these blackbirds, and she taught them to see it from her point of view, as in from a female point of view. And that bird, whenever I go have a shower, it comes on the fence and it calls me pretty big bird. I think, oh, how rude. I didn't talk about what's in your pants. But when that bird goes out there on the roof, there it is, the black one, hopping. It says little big bird. It calls all the other birds that, well, whenever they see big birds, and I mean bigger, there are bigger ones like albatrosses, they're real big. And there's seagulls that are little, and then there's giant seagulls that are like the size of a dog, and then there's ones that's like little goats flying around called albatrosses. They have a 4-meter wingspan. They don't even come in, not into shore. If you saw one, it's a fluke. We have these paradise ducks, and they are like a rugby ball. We have normal ducks, and they're like a small rugby ball. And we never see kiwis because they live in the bush. They hardly ever stray towards cities. They'd get run over if they try to come to the middle of the city. I live in the middle of a little mini town, which is part of a big city which spans quite far across a quarter of the country. I call it the valley. So as you can see, there's my silver beet plant. It's going to seed. I like eating the seeds sometimes while they're still not hard and they're raw. You can feel instant healing. Your kidneys will just feel good. You just feel good about it. Eating real greens, fresh, is the best for you. When God made the world, He knew what He was doing. Over there, our grass is like wheat. It grows. I'm going to try zooming in. There they go, sparrows. It's said that Jesus moulded them with clay and then clapped his hands and they became alive. He made a boy and a girl and he clapped them into being to the shape that he wanted, and then he clapped them into life, breathed on them life, because he is life. He said, I am the way, the truth and the life. No man comes to the Father but by me. Amazing, eh? See, there's a bread that's too close to me. What happened was I put out some buns of bread because I have diabetes type 2 and I'm not supposed to eat too much bread because the pill they give me has rotten fish in it and they say it's good for me, but it actually causes diabetes. And it has a lot of chalk which locks up my kidneys. Then they say, oh, we notice that you're going to get kidney problems. I'm like, fuck you, how do you fucking know, you bitch? You're the one who's fucking causing my kidney shit by making me eat that bloody plaster Paris. I don't want plaster Paris in my pills. Oh, sorry, but that's all we've got for you. Yeah, well, fuck you, I'll make my own pills. There's my pills right there. That's the cure for diabetes. You just pluck it off, nibble on it. I nibble on some of them. Go back to the plant, you'll actually see that I've eaten it away to nearly nothing. But I always leave leaves because they collect the sun. They're made of hydrogen in that plant and they need to convert that hydrogen with the positive energy. They produce sugars. With the night dark energy, they produce hydrogen, which is the gas that causes them to grow. But first they must create the sugars, which create the diamagnetism. While at night time they have magnetism, they create the sugars for the dia. As well as sugar helps feed the yeasts, which in turn destroy the old matter and allow for the plasmas, which creates new matters. Alright, and chlorophylls and things get formed creating colour. Green is the green lion of the Hermetic law, where raising pH beyond urine to green is the ultimate life. They call it the, what is it called? The white doves. The golden ratio state, the white doves. Get some salt from the sea, add some caustic soda to it, maybe some sodium hydroxide, gradually with a pH meter raise that to 10.5 pH and you'll see all the white doves fall out into reality. So plants produce their almus for their own life. How do they do it? The sun is energy. The sun gives them that energy and they are made out of liquid. They draw it up through the roots. The roots are there for a reason. They break down the minerals, so forth, circle of life. I drink way too much water, but the water is so beautiful in summer, you just can't resist it. Birds are so skittish and scattish. They feed their babies and they eat every drop, every crumb. And the Maori legends, the Maori legends, they talk about Tane Mahuta, the god of the forest, and how he asked, one of these guys went and cut down a tree to make him a canoe. And the birds came and put the tree right back together again. And he came back swearing and cursing, and then he says, sorry Tane Mahuta, I forgot to ask you if I could please have a tree to take my daughter to her wedding on the other island. And anyway, he said, okay, just say this chant and the birds will leave it alone. So he went and talked to the birds in Māori. Now here's the little secret nobody knows. The Indians, who speak Sanskrit, speak Maori. Most of their words are the ancient Maori tongue. Now Maori is related to Maui, the ancient Maori god, who was part sky god and earth god. And he had brothers as well. So think about that. Why is the land chopped up? Well, apparently the brothers got mad and cut up the fish, and they cut up the boat for planks and stuff to make them a boat and for to sail away and stuff. The South Island of New Zealand is chopped up, and the north is quite chopped up as well. Looks like someone's carved off the old fish fillets off the North Island, and so forth. Now, people say, yeah, the Maori gods aren't real. One day I went out to get some seafood, and when no one was looking, it went real bad stormy. And then no one believed me that it was stormy, but it was. And then I said, Tangaroa, God of the sea, I'm sorry for taking too many of your shellfish. Please, take some back if you think that it's appeasing and will appease you. And the tide come right up to my shoulders, and no lies, a sack of pawas disappeared. And I searched and searched, sure enough, he only left me with the sack that I had. So when I went back home, my family and friends said, hey, where's that fucking other sack you were supposed to bring? And I told them the story, and they said, you just talk a lot of shit, you're lazy. No, man, of course I'm lazy, but I'm not lazy to leave the sack. It got taken by Tane. A Tangaroa, sorry. Yeah, and no one to this day believed me. But I know what I saw. Those pawas swam away. And they even lost the sack somehow, got washed away with the sea. Freak tide. I'm lucky to be alive. And they just said, fuck, he might be telling the truth. We better just be quiet. It was the truth, man. Anyway, you believe what you want to believe. I know what I saw. Okay, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See you, bye-bye.